Welcome to the Bio Girl Health Show with Carol Newman. Do you want the energy and vitality you need to fully enjoy your life and all of its possibilities? Carol Newman can help teach you how to nourish your body with healthy organic living, keeping you beautiful inside and out. And now, here's your host.
Hi, I'm your host, Kimberly Henry, and I'm here with Carol Newman. Today we'll be talking with Carol about money and its effects on our well-being. Now, before Carol joins us, just a reminder that if you have questions or comments for Carol during the show or at any time, you can send your questions on Twitter using our hashtag, BioGirlHealth. Carol, it's so good to be with you again today. How are you?
I'm well, especially since we sprung ahead because I really like the longer days. But the only thing is, for some reason, even though it only affected that 1 hour, this week went by so fast. It's like, where'd the time go? It's like crazy. I can't get anything done.
I know. It's been I've had that same experience, an incredibly busy week. I love the longer days. I'm not sure that springing ahead really affects the longer days too. I don't know about the whole spring ahead thing. Love the sunshine.
Oh, mercy me. I hear you. I do too.
Yeah. So, Carol, we've talked in previous episodes about health and beauty and toxic relationships and stuff like that. Now, I understand you're going to talk to us today about money and how that can affect our attitude. So it's not just the food we eat and exercise we do, but things like money.
Yeah, surprisingly, and it can affect us, our inner beauty as well as our outer beauty. Outwardly, it can cause us to behave foolishly, and inwardly, it can express itself in ways, I will be discussing. And if you think about it, why do we keep buying things we can't afford? It makes no sense. It's irrational. And did you wake up one day and say to yourself, I want to be in debt, And it's like, who does? And it's like the person who's addicted to alcohol or has substance abuse saying that is the goal for my life. I want to be an alcoholic or a drug addict. It's just not something we set out to do. And so when I say, why do you keep buying things you can't afford? And the answer is actually simple. Debt problems are emotional, not rational. Debt results from unconscious habits and attitudes that cause you to spend more than you can afford. In other words, everyone knows the first law of finance is to spend less than you make. And that's how you stay out of debt. Unfortunately, knowing what to do and actually getting it done are two different issues. Just like with losing weight. You burn more calories than you consume. It's all common sense, really,
Oh, but it's so much more complex than that, isn't it? we make it more complex for ourselves, right?
We sure do.
So you talk about emotional spending. How do you know, how do you decide? Because I'm very rational about my emotional spending. How do you recognize that in yourself?
You have me giggling here. Oh.
What does it look like to be an emotional spender?
Well, you're an emotional spender do you use shopping to release stress or escape boredom? Do you use shopping as a pick-me-up or entertainment? Do you celebrate?
Yes.
You do? Oh, you failed. You failed on that one. Oh.
I fully admit it.
Okay. Do you celebrate by shopping for a treat?
Yes.
You do? See, another one. You failed it. Oh. Do you ever shop as a form of retail therapy? Been there, done that, but I have to say, I've changed my ways. Do you use shopping? Thank you. Do you use shopping for social connection? Do you have clothes?
So many.
Yeah. Oh, you stop. Oh, do you have clothes in the closet with the tag still attached? Do you have more than one of the same item? Do you ever feel an endorphin rush when making a purchase? Yes, yes, yes to that one. Do you experience anxiety, guilt, or remorse after shopping? Yes, I have. And do you ever hide purchases from friends or loved ones? I've done that, but this is all in the past now.
Do you ever put something in the closet and then pull it out like 6 months later and wear it? And when your honey asks you where it came from, you say, "Oh, I've had this."
You're bad. Oh, you're so bad.
No.
And is your credit card bill so large that you can't afford to pay it off at the end of the month? I have to say, thankfully, I am past all that. And if you've answered yes to one or more of these questions, then you might have an emotional spending problem. Kimberly? No, I'm just kidding.
I need to go to a group meeting.
Yeah, you do. Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness. So why do we do that, Carol?
Well, emotional shoppers become addicted to the temporary endorphin high, as I was saying earlier, and that comes from buying. And you're genetically programmed to pursue what makes you feel good, turning spending into a physiological habit like a drug. That's why excessive spending is about the emotional experience from buying stuff and not the stuff itself. The thing is, the endorphin high doesn't last, so that's the thing.
Right.
It's just so temporary.
But there's good ways to use your money to on spending to get that same endorphin high, which is not necessarily damaging, right? We talked just a few weeks ago about in that episode, Shoes for Orphan Souls. You bought a pig. You talked about actually using your money to increase your oxytocin levels.
Yes, and the advantage is it is longer lasting because you have done something that's selfless instead of selfish. And so, so what I was thinking is, do not give up being kind, because when you're trying to, of course, spend less, you would think that needs to go too. But I would suggest you don't even have to give up all your coffee. Give up 5 to 10 coffees from Starbucks or whichever one you frequent, and buy a pair of shoes from Shoes for Orphan Feet, or instead send them to Shoes for Orphan Souls. And matter of fact, I just received a letter from my little guy Burson, and I'd like to share it with you, with the listeners.
Yay!
It says, "Dear Carol and Tommy Newman." Tommy Newman's my son, by the way, and my son now is 22, going on 22 years old. He'll be 22 on the 4th of July. He's a firecracker baby, I call him.
Nice.
Yes. So he says, "Dear Carol and Tommy Newman, today I love this. My heart is bubbling." Just the fact that he said bubbling with joy to write you this
lovely.
letter. "I greet you in Jesus' name, our Savior. How are you and your family? My family and I are fine, thanks to God. I am in grade 11. I always go to church every Sunday. I am glad to tell you that one of my extended family members has just built a house. It is paint in pink and yellow. Do you have a motorcycle? There are 16 classrooms at school. I have 2 grades left to be done with school. Thank you for the letter and gift of money. I bought shoes. Yes, I can play instruments like the guitar and piano. Yes, I often think about my future hope and goals. Please pray for me and my family. I will be praying for you too. I hope God will bless you and your family." And it puts things in such perspective, Kimberly, because we know what the type of homes that the standard person lives in Haiti. And we are so blessed here, and we have so much more than we need.
That's so true. That's so true. Even with all of this spending that we're doing and putting ourselves in debt, we get stuff we don't need when there's people in the world who, really could use that. So you were talking about Shoes for Orphan Feet. We're going to put the link to that in the show notes. So if anybody's interested in following through and following in your footsteps, they could do that and take a look.
Yes, matter of fact, they can look at the show notes for the Shoes for Orphan Souls, because that's where they would send the shoes to, so all the information is in there.
Excellent. So what about, what are other ways that you can come up with funds to do good things?
Well, one way is if you're in debt, we pay someone to do jobs we actually can do ourselves. Like for one, cleaning our house is a big one. People actually pay to have their dogs walked or their lawns mowed and their nails manicured. The last time I had my nails done professionally was for my wedding in 1990. So you're paying someone else to do a service so you can save money that way. But of course, one thing I would suggest not to do, is do not be frugal with your health. If you take dietary supplements, the costs can add up, but at least take a high quality multiple, such as Doc's Best Multivitamin.
Right. Right. You can actually save money overall if you're staying in good health, right? With a high quality supplement. And Doc, that's another website that we'll want to put in the show notes. It's docsbestmultivitamin.com, which, Carol, you've shared with us before. What's so special about Doc's?
Well, for one, you want to consider how potent a given supplement will be, and it depends both on what forms the nutrients are in and how much of the product is actually absorbed and utilized. Forms identical or close to those found in foods are generally better absorbed and utilized. And there are two issues, relating to purity. The first is whether the raw materials are pure. Reputable manufacturers ensure that each batch of raw materials is laboratory tested for purity, and they can provide users with copies of certificates of analysis. The other issue concerns the additives nearly all manufacturers use in the production of supplements. The vast majority of supplements contain stearates, and they're manufacturing agents used as lubricants to speed up production. Most capsules and tablets are made by jobbers in mass production plants, which churn out a multitude of formulas for various companies. And magnesium stearate and stearic acid are added to the raw material so that the production machinery will run at maximum speeds. And tablets may also contain potentially allergenic binders, fillers, and coloring agents, and they must be coated with shellac. It's like an insect resin, usually listed in the ingredients as natural glaze, or a vegetable coating derived from corn, to which many people are sensitive, and potentially allergenic fillers such as lactose are used to top off capsules. And these additives have a number of effects, including decreased absorption. And so the percent dissolution for capsules after 20 minutes in solution went from 90% without stearates to 25% with stearates. And another problem is allergenic reaction for even small amounts of additives may cause reactions in sensitive individuals. And so this is a major reason why so many people have adverse reactions to supplements or fail to receive the significant benefits pure supplements can offer. And for these reasons, that's why I recommend Doc's Best Multivitamin. Excellent
resource. And again, that's www.docsbestmultivitamin.com. And we'll include that in the show notes. So, Carol, we've talked about my pitfall, emotional spending. What are some other, ways in which money or spending manifest in our well-being or create problems with our well-being?
Number 2 is addiction. Closely related to emotional spending is addiction. But this can be an addiction of any kind, not just shopping. Gambling, drugs, sex addictions are highly destructive, both financially and otherwise. And then the ensuing debt spirals may be the least of your worries, but is often a consequence. And the healthy habit is to avoid all forms of addictive behavior and live in balance. The common sense and moderation. It's, of course, admittedly, easier said than done.
I balance out my emotional spending with not ever getting a manicure. There we go. There's my justification.
Okay, good for you.